wall looks very solid. There is a numeric entry code next to Bradel's door. This door is labeled Executive Quarters. This door is labeled Special Projects Room. This door is labeled Ias Bradel. This door is labeled Crew Quarters. A weary James T. Kirk. Spock looks unperturbed, even with the imminent destruction of the Federation. McCoy wishes he was back on board the Enterprise.
Be careful. This looks too quiet. Well, Spock, what do you suggest?
We should attempt to gather evidence that Dr. Bradel is planning to commit genocide. Others may help us if they are confronted with the scope of Bradel's misdeeds. We need to shut down the tractor beam that is currently holding the Enterprise. Until the ship is freed, our options are limited. We should not forget that we need to be able to communicate freely with the ship. It will be necessary for us to neutralize any source of interference. Our chief priority is to find the reason for the Holocaust that was reported by the Alexander and stop it from occurring.
I'm afraid that the social Darwinists have never impressed me, Jim. Building a better human on the inside is far more preferable to improving his physical traits.
Originally, Doctor, Vardane was a very harsh environment. The Vardane claimed that the original human settlers required genetic engineering to survive.
Living only to survive is a poor life indeed, Spock.
A large potted plant is hanging from the wall.
Somebody has a green thumb here.
You mean to tell me there are Verdane who are interested in something other than eugenics or military conquest?
Bakadashim was proof of that. Unfortunately, it cost him much.
Oh.
This seems pointless. This is a wall cabinet, a food synthesizer, an atmospheric purifier. It is capable of removing contaminants from large quantities of air or water in less than a second. It carries the brand of the Save a Ship Manufacturing Corporation.
Now, why would you need an atmosphere purifier on a space station? The filters should be built into the life support system.
I suspect it could help someone with extreme allergies.
This appears to be a synthesis between a computer and a musical instrument.
A Kikilian. How rare.
What is it?
It has many uses, Bones, but it's most commonly used as a mood inducer. It emits subsonic vibrations at a wavelength that stimulates the emotional centers of the human brain.
Maybe we could use it on the Verdane.
The effects of a Kikilian are not significant enough to radically change emotional states. If it had such abilities, logic would suggest it would have wide use as a narcotic.
Well, that's one great plan that's gone down in flames.
A bed, a comfortable pseudo-leather chair. Library monitors. These data screens provide information and entertainment for board executives. The filter is bulky but portable.
I've heard about these. Let's try.
Ow!
Sorry, Bones. I must have hit the key that stimulates the pain center. I've heard about these. Let's try.
Ow!
Sorry, Bones. I must have hit the key that stimulates the pain center. I don't think I'm hungry right now. Well, I wonder if there's anything useful in this data bank.
Negative, Captain. The database contains common entertainment and informational programs. It does not access any of the station's other computers. appear that Burdell has been mutating an Antarian man-killer, a most deadly creature.
Well, there's another teddy bear for you, Spock.
A mutated Antarian man-killer, an improved version of one of the most feared animals in the galaxy. A large machine. It looks like the center of an experiment. This seems pointless. Some sort of special project controls, very bulky with a lot of prototype components. It is currently protected by a force field.
According to my tricorder, Captain, the power system for this force field originates from the security section.
Dr. McCoy looks at the equipment, wondering when his services will be needed. James Kirk, he's a little hungry right now. Mr. Spock looks at the equipment, wondering when his services will be needed.
Nice-looking animal.
A most deadly beast, almost as deadly as some of the predators on Vulcan.
You know, Jim, I really could have done without meeting this thing.
Come on, Bones, it'll build character.
I have quite enough character, thank you very much.
This looks comfortable. Spock, take a look at these controls.
Captain, the force field surrounding these controls prevents my access.
This door is labeled Ias Burdell. This door is labeled Crew Quarters. This door is labeled Special Projects Room. This door is labeled Executive Quarters. The door is locked.
Rather cramped living quarters. Only a small step up from Klingon ships.
No wonder the Klingons have such a bad temper.
We'd better be quiet. There's a gentleman on the bed who might quarrel with us if we wake him up.
Practice dummies for martial arts. A Vardain guard, currently asleep. A stoic and silent Mr. Spock. Dr. McCoy, more subdued than usual. A very quiet James T. Kirk. You get no response.
I had forgotten how Spartan the Vardain could be.
An excellent analogy, Captain. The Vardain consider art to be an activity of limited utility at best, and subversive at worst.
Well, you know art can be pretty damn strange, and it's human nature to fear what you don't understand. Vardain nature too, I guess. And I thought that our quarters in the Enterprise were cramped.
I wonder if there's anything here we can use.
The target is firmly attached to the wall.
The inventory just registers articles of clothing.
The dummies are not easy to carry, but you manage. The target is firmly attached to the wall.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Jim, what's that smell?
Wanaka gas, a knockout gas with an extremely long effect.
We have mere seconds to neutralize it or get out of here. The air is being purified almost immediately. Ah, good old starbase filtered air. So dry it makes me want to drink a glass of water every 5 minutes.
I'm sure we can transport you into water if you really want some.
Damn transporters. If man were meant to fly around the universe, God would have allowed him to disassemble his own molecules. Let's go home, Jim. Finish that fight from the ship.
That's not possible. The job has to be finished from here.
I know. I just wish I was aboard the Enterprise right now.
Well, Spock, what do you suggest?
We should attempt to gather evidence that Dr. Burdell is planning to commit genocide. Others may help us if they are confronted with the scope of Burdell's misdeeds. We need to shut down the tractor beam that is currently holding the Enterprise. Until the ship is freed, our options are limited. We should not forget that we need to be able to communicate freely with the ship. It will be necessary for us to neutralize any source of interference. Our chief priority is to find the reason for the Holocaust that was reported by the Alexander and stop it from occurring. Captain, all areas of the ship except Burdell's quarters are accessible by transport. We have access without transport to all areas except security.
Unfortunately, they'll be able to draw a bead on us the moment we start transporting, and will be able to blow us away the moment we materialize. We need a distraction.
I fail to see the relevance of that action. We are ready to transport the dummies, Captain. That should prove an adequate distraction for us to get into security.
At least we have a chance now.
Captain, all areas of the ship except Burdell's quarters are accessible by transport. We have access without transport to all areas except security.
The dummies should provide a convincing decoy during transport and give us the edge we need. Set transport coordinates for security. Let's transport later. Set transport coordinates for security.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a target.
This seems pointless. A chair.
Jim, that's murder.
The ends do not justify the means, Captain.
I don't think that needs to be phasered, Jim.
Captain, are you certain that is where you wish to aim the phaser?
I don't think that needs to be phasered, Jim. It looks like you're a little off target, Jim. I don't think that needs to be phasered, Jim.
Of ordained security person. A chair. Library monitors. These data screens provide information and entertainment for board security personnel. Jim Kirk hopes he can find a way out of this mess. McCoy enjoyed being unconscious more than he's enjoying the present moment. Mr. Spock looks at the situation and wonders how they can possibly survive.